Hello everyone, Pallytime here. We're back in Rogue Legacy today because I forgot to do something very important that I also forgot to do the first time we played Rogue Legacy on my channel, so we're going to do it today. If this is your first time seeing any Rogue Legacy content on my channel, I encourage you to watch the playlist with all of the other videos in them first, because I had a lot of fun, and this is going to be really weird out of context. So please excuse me as I read all of the journal entries in one of the most annoying voices I could come up with, other than my own natural one, and kill my throat at the same time. You guys have been asking for this, I'm not even kidding. Alright, here we go. Journal entry 1. Treason! An assassin has wounded my father, the king! To bring order back to the kingdom, he has sent my siblings and I on a quest to save him. Together, we will venture into the cursed woods and enter Castle Hamson. The cursed castle has stood on the edge of the forest since time immemorial. That word. But rumors say that within it dwells an item which will cure any ailment. Tonight, I will get a head start over my brothers and sisters and set forth on my quest while they lay asleep. To fail this quest would be an embarrassment to my name. It's only Journal Entry 1, ladies and gentlemen. Journal Entry 2! Although I am the eldest child, I am not my father's favorite. I have always known he planned to leave me with nothing, but if I find the cure, everything will change. The victor will earn nothing less than the throne upon his passing. Upon my ascension, my wife, because this is a man's voice, my wife and children shall move back into the royal quarters, back to the royal city, where we once again will be treated with the respect we deserve. No longer will I stand for the gossip and petty slander of my cousins. The other dukes shall bow as we pass, but I am getting ahead of myself. I must keep my priorities clear. Conquer the castle, find the cure, collect my reward. Oh yeah. Journal entry 3! I have paid my dues and entered the castle proper. The Devil Charon has taken all that I own as payment. He has even pilfered my private coffers. I have left my wife and children with nothing. He says it's the price for any and all who hazard the depths of the castle. He says it's fair. It is fair because of all who have entered, none have returned. But I will change that. I will be victorious. There is no greater swordsman than I, even amongst my siblings. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, let's unzip the hoodie. We're getting serious. Journal entry 4! Everything about the castle is off. I can't seem to keep track of my headings, and there's no sun or stars to guide me. I find myself backtracking constantly, and I must painstakingly map out my progress lest I go in circles. Because all of the dead bodies don't give you any indication of whether or not you've actually been there yet or not, but that's neither here nor there. The maps I have pilfered off the corpses of other adventurers are breathtakingly inaccurate. It is almost as if they were describing a different castle altogether. Perhaps this place does something to the mind. Or are the stones truly shifting beneath my feet? If you're still watching this video, I commend you. My voice already hurts. Journal entry 5! I cannot exit through the front gate, but that is of little concern. I am committed to my cause and will not back out. For so far, none of the maps I've found coincide with my own. Yet upon comparing them as a whole, I believe I have unearthed a slight pattern. It seems the forest is always to the right, the tower above, and below, well, hopefully I won't have to find out. Journal entry 6! I have never liked the dark. I prefer to meet my enemies in the open field, in plain sight, but now I find myself braving these darkened gallows with one gauntlet outstretched, the other by my hilt. I could never tell what horror lies beyond each corner. I am the greatest swordsman in the lands, yet even I am having trouble keeping the demons at bay. My siblings should be grateful that I rushed ahead of them, for them it was a blessing in disguise. They would not have the fortitude to survive these halls. Channel Entry 7! It is still night. Past every window stares back the same melancholic moon, but I swear I've been here for at least a whole waking day. It must be the adrenaline. I have never felt so powerful, yet simultaneously challenged. It's exhilarating to charge through these rooms, cutting down enemy after enemy, but in some ways, the foes of the castle feel tailored to me, training me, guiding me, watching me. This may sound crazy, but if this castle could somehow sense those within it, I fear it may hold malicious intent as well. If my assumptions are correct, the design of these halls could all be a ploy, culling me down further into its trap. I must stay alert. Journal Entry 8! From the number of dead adventurers I have passed in these halls, I have come to the following conclusions. 1. Many did not take enough provisions with them. I assume many died of hunger. I myself am running low and will need to find more supplies. 2. Many are missing clothes, which explains the pants-wearing zombies. 3. No one has made it as far as I, since I haven't passed any corpses in over an hour. Journal Entry 9! The door to the throne room is driving me mad. Beyond it lies the king's salvation and my reward, but it stands silent in the middle of the castle floor. You're taunting me. I have tried pushing it, kicking it, yelling open sesame, but nothing works. There are icons emblazoned onto the door, and one of them looks like a beast I avoided deeper in the castle. Perhaps there's some sort of correlation. Oh. Man. Journal Entry 10! The emblems on the castle door are a clue. I slew a giant beast that matched one of the icons, and I sensed something behind the throne room's shift. That's not what that said. As if in a dream, I could see the emblem on the door glowing in my mind's eye. A truly out-of-body experience. At least I know I'm on the right track, but I must hasten my pace, for the king could succumb to his injuries at any moment. But first I must rest. Tomorrow, I enter the forest. Journal Entry 11! The forest is unlike anything I've ever seen before. It's both serene and terrifying. I stand on lush grass, but beside me yawns open a chasm so wide and deep it threatens to swallow me whole. That's what she said. I still have not heard a response from the rock I tossed in earlier. A single misstep, and my descent would be eternal. It is truly horrifying thought. An eternity of darkness is more frightening than any beast I have fought thus far. If I fell, what would kill me first? The hunger or myself? On a side note, I'm now using the forest fissure as my own personal lavatory. I wonder if I'm pooping into another dimension. Journal Entry 12! I have found a solution to my hunger problem. The forest holds an endless bounty of delicious mushrooms. And within these mushrooms lie chicken legs! Also gold coins and vials of sparkling water. I broke open a tree trunk earlier and a bag of money fell out. Sometimes I feel like I have gone insane. Plus, what's up with the moon? It's fucking huge. Journal Entry 13. I slew the beast of the forest, and I have felt the throne room weaken once more. So far, my assumptions have proven correct. Each wing of the castle houses its own guardian beast. Was this designed as a test of will? If so, then I cannot fail. For the further I venture, the more bold I become. Tomorrow I scour the tower. I am on a roll! General 14! I have been methodically clearing the demons in these rooms in my quest to slay the next guardian, but I am losing track of time. And other things. As I entered the tower, I felt time stand still. Or perhaps that is the vertigo talking. I was never keen on heights, or was I? I am finding it increasingly difficult to remember my past. General 15! I remember being a famous adventurer. My mortal prowess surpassed all of my brothers. That I am sure of. While they spent their days buried in their bookish studies, I was out killing brigands and monsters. I always wondered why my father favored them over me. Isn't it always the opposite of the fairy tales? Fortune favors the bold, not the insipid intellectual or something like that. Man, I would love to see my brothers try to outthink my sword in their face. Geology 16! What if years have passed since I first entered these walls? It is true that I am becoming more proficient in clearing monsters, but it feels like an age has passed. I have forgotten what my own kin look like. What if they think I've failed? What if one of my brothers has beaten me to the cure? And what if I mistook them for a monster? Geology 17! I must be going insane. I've stumbled across a carnival inside the castle, complete with a sad clown and fucking everything. He's sort of an ass, but I guess you can't be picky with your friends in this place. I'm getting hungry again. Good thing I topped off on chicken legs. I found these in a chandelier. This castle, sometimes I wonder if it's just all a big joke. Was that all of it? I hit a different button. It was. General Adrian! I have bested the beast of the tower, and once again I can feel the throne room give up its power. The rush I feel from this victory is intoxicating. Never have I felt so confident, so powerful, so at home. Just a little further, and I will be able to earn my reward. I'm so close. I will make Father proud. General Adrian! I have been standing outside the dungeon gate for longer than I care to admit. My courage has finally been sapped, for I have spied the monster below. They make my previous struggles laughable in comparison. I must steel myself. I must focus. There's so little light out here. I fear that I may lose myself. I thought I knew what darkness was, but here in the dungeon, the darkness has a voice. It calls at me through the grates and around corners. It taunts me. The darkness is so thick, it's almost tangible, and the beasts here have made it their home. They move swiftly through the corridors. They are more terrifying than anything I've fought before. I must be prudent and choose my battles carefully. Being confrontational now may cost me my life. I think this voice has changed about 20 times. Trilogy 20! What? I have done it! I have defeated the dungeon's master! All that remains is to enter the throne room! After this, the king will honor me for my valor and acknowledge me as the rightful successor of the throne. Not my faceless siblings. General 222! I sit here making my final preparations. All that lays between me and the lord of the castle is the golden doors. There is a nervousness in my body that I cannot quell. It is this fear. Is this fear? Or... what? Fear-sightement, because that's a thing. All I know is that my journey is finally reaching an end. I have almost forgotten why I've entered this castle in the first place. But I remember now. I have bested my siblings. I will save the king and leave this castle a greater man than when I entered. My family will get the honor they so rightfully deserve. Now, I enter the castle throne room. Journal entry 23. I never knew what treasures lay in this castle. I knew only that it would cure the king. Who could have suspected it would be the fountain of youth? I expected a monster to greet me at the dais, a foe of unimaginable strength, as I imagined it would take all of my strength to best him. But when I entered the castle, and saw my father, the king, sitting atop the dais with goblet in hand, I knew I was lost. He would never die, and I would never be heir. There are no words to express what I feel, except those words. Journal entry 24. Journal entry 25. Today marks the rest of eternity. I never knew what treasures lay in the castle, just that it would cure the king of his illness. Who would have known it would have been the fountain of youth, a myth which grants one eternal life? As I looked down on the body of the king, I realized that it was inevitable. Children will always answer for their father's sins. I entered this castle a swordsman, a savior. But all I have left is a rogue's legacy. I can feel your anger, but no, it was not I who sent your family to ruin. The moment the king set foot within the castle, the royal coffers were emptied by Charon. My family, all families, had lost all hope for a better life. And in my mind's eye, I foresaw only desperation and poverty ravaged the country. There was nothing for me to go back to. To my children and my children's children, I sit here, impassive, immortal, and await thee. Well, there you have it. That was something, wasn't it? I'm anticipating at least 6 trillion thumbs downs on this video, and now I feel the need to go drink tea for the next 2 years to fix whatever the fuck I just did to my throat. This is for real the last episode of Rogue Legacy on the channel. It is one of my most favorite games of all time. As I said, if you missed any episodes, they're going to be in the playlist, and if you've never played this game before, you owe it to yourself to do just that. It is one of the most recent masterpieces in my so humble opinion. Now let's get a treasure chest, shall we? Or die trying. We're just gonna back these guys into a corner. This is going just fine. I'm gonna lose all of my health in this room, and I am more than okay with that. Or I'm not. The end.